This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Frank, it's a different feeling on the first tee on a weekend, third round of a championship like this than, say, on the first round, isn't it?
You know you've got the grips of the golf course. You know the holes that are birdieable out there. More importantly, too, you know how well you're playing. It's all in front of you. Sport, especially like this at the highest level.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, what's the player facing now with this approach shot here at the first?
Well, Rich, that tee shot looked like a draw off the tee. The second shot, because of that bunker just short right of that green, suits a cut coming in here. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left that you'll see is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
All right, Frank, what's the player looking at here on the second hole with the approach shot?
Well, Rich, notice the bunker that cuts into the green on the left side. It turns it into a crescent-shaped green. So really there's 3 distinct sections, the one in the back, the one in the middle, and the front. Just be very wary of where the flag is here.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
That drops for another birdie. 2 in a row to start the round. Moving to the third hole, to par 4 again. This one 471 yards.
I'm loving that balance.
Good straight shot right in the fairway here at the third. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, this one is right and is wrong. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough. And he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
So a drop shot here at the third hole, Frank.
Yeah, another putt missed.
And getting ready for the putt.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Frank, this would be a good time to get it going. Made some pars to this point, but if you want to win, you have to make birdies.
Rich, I think the thought of winning has to be removed from one's psyche right now. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. He just looks confused, forgetting about playing the actual game itself. Winning happens by a series of good shots. It's get back to the basics of playing golf.
And that one rolls just into the rough.
Now you have to decide whether or not that ball's going to fly or not. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve, he had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Well, here we are at the 5th hole, a 535-yard par 5 for the long-hitting professionals. Frank, certainly not a long test. What is the challenge here on this hole?
It's another example of great design by Pete Dye. He'll give you the trouble on the left on the tee shot, and then he moves the trouble to the right on the second shot. It's going to get you one way or the other.
Bring the hammer, why don't you? Setting up an eagle opportunity. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Coming off a bogey here yesterday, chance to make it right. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Frank, I love a par 3 where you have to hit one solid golf shot. Anything less, and you might pay a severe price. 255-yard par 3 6. What a hole.
No, you love watching somebody else play a par 3 like that.
You are right.
Safely on deck.
Birdie try up next. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. So they'll tap in. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, it still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
We're at the 7th now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
So short iron in hand now at the par 4 7th. Good opportunity to make a birdie. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. And it drops for birdie. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little offline, then it just becomes a three-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough. He was a little over-ambitious.
And setting up here in the rough.
Too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Getting set now over the putt. Right in the heart. Frank, the 9th hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
A good effort and a good par putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
That is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Now the second shot here at 10. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Well, that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. You can hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green, but if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Now the third shot here at the par 5 11th. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That will be a great look at birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frank, P. Dye always gets a player thinking what might be going through a player's mind right here.
You're going to play it as a layup. You know, that's a given. It's just what distance you want. And for every distance you're going to hit it off the tee, Pete Dye gives you a different challenge. If you lay it all the way back, obviously you've got the widest fairway. Then you've got the longest second shot. Get a little closer, it starts to shrink up, shrink up, shrink up. So it's how much do you want to bite off?
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Rich, right now, this does not look like the same player we saw earlier on in the day.
I don't recognize him. He was hitting it all over the ballpark in the first few holes. I didn't think there was any chance that he'd be where he is right now. Credit to him, this took guts.
Yeah, his composure is so different right now.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You stay with it. It's 18 holes. You keep fighting, and you can put a score on the card. Frank, we have said it over and over. Another birdie. Frank, this is no easy shot here at the par 3 13th.
Yeah, 13th hole. I mean, it's so appropriate, the number of the hole for this this design by Pete Dye. Wooden bulkheads, I mean, they give you sort of that harsh look. And this is just an absolute scorecard wrecker. You get a little cavalier here, you'll just rack up a number. There's nothing wrong with just hitting it to the right side of this green, just taking a 3.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Settles in over the putt. Well, that's how you keep a round going. Make putts just like that. Frank, what's the best way to make 3 here at this 389-yard par 4 14th?
I'm not sure, really. I know there's 2 definitive options, you know, hitting it down the left or carrying over the bunker. And I think that's another example of Pete Dye. There's one of those holes you never really know if you've made the right play till you finish the hole.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
How good has the swing tempo been?
Has not lost it since the first hole, Rich. I think that's been the key to the round. Started with that rhythm, even though the winds were out there. The winds haven't abated, and neither has that rhythm. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just a couple of feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 15th hole, 468 yards. Frank, what do you like about number 15?
The variation of the bunkering here, Rich, I think is excellent. The bunker that meanders its way down the right side tends to go to the right, and then you start to see those 2 bunkers down the left side. You've really got to try and take that second one on the left out of play. That requires something in excess of 280 yards. From there on in, you've got a chance. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Ooh, that hurts. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. And he's putting for bogey now. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle.
Second shot.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, because, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. That was not a very good read right there. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. Workmanlike hole, he walks away with a par. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water.
Excellent approach shot. I would guess 15 feet.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
In this situation, Richard, bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this approach shot seems pretty straightforward. Just don't hit it left.
Yeah, it's a tough second shot. It's that visual. Once again, you've got that green that's angled to the left. But once again, like a few holes out here, you do not have to hit directly at this flag. You're allowed to move that flag mentally 15, even 20 feet to the right. There's nothing wrong with that.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Get in. Yes, good putt. And that wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.